Hey there, this is Chris Sanchez, and this is my Module 1 reflection on the two videos we had to watch. The first one was History of Disability, the second being Leading the Implementation of Neurodiverse Practice in the Classroom. Um, First off, watching that first video, History of Disability, was pretty jarring. It was kind of disheartening to see how people with disabilities have been treated throughout history. So yeah, that was kind of hard to kind of wrap my head around. Even though you just kind of know that's what happens. Humans are, as we get more evolved, I guess you could say, we've become better at treating people with disabilities. But it was pretty harrowing to see how badly they were treated. I did like how in the Quran and I forget the other one. I should have written it down, but I didn't. But I was talking about how forward thinking they were about how to treat people with disabilities and how they deserved sympathy and they needed to be taken care of. So I thought that was pretty cool how forward thinking they were. Have perceptions and treatment improved? I think dramatically since what they used to be. We are doing a better job as a society at making sure people with disabilities have access, not just to public places, just straight up physical access. I mean, also in education as well. And that kind of leads into the second video that we watched, the importance of the neurodiversity and how different brains just think and learn differently. And that couldn't be. I mean, it's an obvious thing. I've been teaching. This is my second year teaching. I haven't had any students with low incident disabilities. Most of my kids are just they're OHI. They have learning disabilities. So. But I have seen with my own eyes how different brains are able to grasp information differently. And it's one thing I'm becoming better at, although it's still a challenge for me because I'm still learning. That was the hardest thing for me last year, was trying to just manage all the differentiated instruction and trying to get these kids to engage their brain in a way that I know will work for them. I'm getting better. I don't think I'm where I would need to be or where I want to be. But it's clear that neurodiversity is a thing, and it's clear that as an educator of special education, you have to find a way to tap into each one of those students' brain, and you have to know what makes them learn and why they learn. I think also they talked about the importance of language. That's evolved dramatically in the past, even couple decades. I think language is important in how we talk about people with disabilities and how it's important that we recognize them as people first and not their disability. I mean, I know we hear it all the time, but I mean, that is so critical. I think, again, in my class, with my students, seeing some of them, they internalize, and I think that can be very dangerous for them once they get in their mind that they're unable to do something like their peers. It's a struggle sometimes to make sure these students know that your brain is just different. You just learn differently, and it's hard to get through to second and third graders but I think it's important that they hear it from somewhere, and I try to put that in their brain. Yeah, so I mean, it's hard work to do that. But it's worthy work, and I'm glad I'm getting to take these classes to help me become a better teacher. I know they took a poll during that second video about, they asked people, do you talk about your disability? And that's something I don't do with my kids. I don't know if I should or not. I am thinking about it. It's not necessarily a bad thing to let them know. And first off, not even frame it like it's a disability. Again, your brain just learns differently. How can we get you to learn? So I think it's very important that they know that different doesn't necessarily mean disabled. It just means different. So anyway, that's my Module 1 reflection. I look forward to listening to your post and reacting, and have a good day. Thank you.